Hey YouTube, it's Emma10 here with a quick thoughts video on how the meta is doing at the moment, and I hope you guys enjoy. Sorry, I'm kind of just freeholding the camera here, it just makes it a bit easier. Anyway, my thoughts on the meta. The meta, I think, is very, very diverse nowadays, and you know, there's so many decks out there now. I mean, obviously the top 3 decks that we know of are Dino Rabbit, Insectors and Wind-Ups, and coming into the fray, of course, is the new Chaos Dragons or Dragon Sworn decks that we've been seeing, and of course the Elemental Hero decks, especially now since that no priority ruling has gone, or it's now called Fast Effects, I believe. So yeah, the meta is very, very diverse now, and of course it's changed quite a bit since the new old priority rule was abolished. You know, a lot of lesser tier decks are starting to really make an impact in the game, I think. And also a lot of other kind of decks like my kind of deck and fun decks which can have a competitive streak are starting to actually do quite well, I think, in tournaments and stuff like that. You know, all these decks are now getting a proper chance to actually compete well, I feel. However, with the top 3 decks, it's, as my friend Scapegoat User commented, it's a rock paper scissors thing. You know, one deck will beat another while the other deck beats another. I'm not quite entirely sure of the triangle, how it goes, but it's kind of like that, really. And of course, with everybody saying that Dino Rabbit was dead when that priority rule hit, it goes on to win YCS Chicago, I think it was. So yeah, I mean, these decks are still really good, these decks are still deadly, they're still playable, and they're still making a very big impact on the game. But I think the meta is a lot more diverse now. I mean, I remember 2-3 years ago when it was mainly Light Sworns and Blackwings and X-Sabers, but now we've got like 5 or 6 other decks that are still making a really big impact in the game. I mean, obviously, as I keep saying, with that no priority rule, these lesser tier decks are actually standing a chance now of getting into top spots and things like that. One deck that seems to be making a real big impact, I think, is the Elemental Heroes, I feel, because obviously with the card Super Polymerization and with most Elemental Heroes having, or most of the fusions having a ability to fuse with an attribute monster now, you know, it's easy OTKs, easy swarms and everything. I mean, it's quite dangerous. I went up against Scapegoat User's Elemental Hero deck that he did a little while ago, and I literally got schooled, to say the least, steamrolled, to say the least, because I've never dueled against that kind of deck. I've seen it in the OCG, and I thought it's really cool that, you know, it's actually kind of funny how there's only one of the protagonists' deck from the actual Yu-Gi-Oh series is actually being used in real life. Not exactly, but the theme of it anyway, which is the Elemental Heroes used by Jaden, of course. You don't see anybody playing really Yugi's deck or even Yuma's deck or even Yusei's deck, really, unless they're using some signature cards, but even then that's kind of rare. But other than that, I think the meta is really, really good at the moment. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I'm still having trouble trying to fix my deck. I mean, I've actually been trying to edit my deck a little bit for the past few days, so there will be another deck update coming up, because, as you know, I didn't do so well in the previous tournament, but I think that was mainly because I was still kind of upset that I missed Chris and everything. So yeah, it does happen, but I think I was just a bit of that, and I was just having a bit of an off day as well, because I had 2 weeks off and then the next day I was straight back to work, which was oh well. And also Chaos Dragons and Light Sworn and Dragon Sworn is very interesting, to say the least, because, as you know, I'm a dragon player. I like playing dragons. It's actually nice to see dragons actually make a place in top tournaments now, to say the least, because dragons have always been pretty good to start off with, but they never really got the chance to get top tier. But now they have, with these new cards and everything. And also, again, with the priority ruling out the window, it means that we stand more of a chance against top tier decks and everything as well. But it's really nice to see dragons finally making an impact on the game, to say the least. Obviously not Blue Eyes. I mean, some decks are using Blue Eyes, but most of them are just like Chaos and Dragon Sworn using the ability of the Light Sworns. There's also another deck I've heard about. I can't remember. Insector Sworn, I think it was, or something. Or is it Lightweight Sworn? That's what it was. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up here. Lightweight Sworn, using the new Light Ray monsters with the Light Sworns. I haven't seen how dangerous that deck is, but I've heard it's really, really good. And to say the least, it sounds very interesting, so we'll have to wait and see how that makes an impact on the game, in honest truth. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else. I think just in general, the meta is very diverse, and all the changes that were made on the ban list now actually make sense, since the Konami's changed the rulings on quite a few things now. And yeah, so I mean, I'm really enjoying I have to admit, I'm really enjoying the format. I thought it was a bit silly that, you know, at first the Insectors and that didn't get hit, and I thought, oh, they're going to really, really ruin the game, but they're not really, in honest truth. I think, as I said, I think that the game's good. I'm really enjoying it. I have no complaints about it, in honest truth, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens when the October ban list comes round, because obviously there's going to be new decks cropping up all the time, and there's more than a likely possibility that, you know, the big cards that are making a hit in this game are going to be limited or semi-ed or whatever when the October ban list comes out, but that's still another 4 months away or so. So yeah. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That was just my thoughts and opinions on the ban list, and we'll see you later. Bye!